So this is a video regarding the JET program. So if it's not your cup of tea, feel free to change the channel. Well, I'm going to talk about expectations and misconceptions. You know, this is literally, specifically for all of you JET people. We've all heard the term, every situation is different terms. And it, frankly, pisses me off. I hate it. Like, it's dumb. Like, why can't you just give me a straight answer? You know, it's like a cop-out, because I don't want to answer your question. Well, anyway, here's what's really going on. Of course, every town, every job, everything is different. So that's the stuff you've heard about. Well, the other stuff that you have not heard about are things that you need to live, like internet, cell phone, things like that, that I was never told about. And I'm telling you now, you new applicants, to be prepared for some of these things. Internet, for one. You're in a country and you don't speak the language, it's very difficult to get any sort of service. You need to have all sorts of identification, which just come in time. You apply for them and they come. You can't do anything about that. But there's English, a middleman company. You send your application to them, they send it to the Japanese company, and it kind of goes around like that. Well, it can take some time, and then they're also overwhelmed with everyone here virtually at the same time. So you can imagine, like, you know, 2,000 new people wanting their service. So what I did is sat down with my supervisor, and we went to the Japanese. It's Yahoo BB. I got the ADSL for now, and we sat down and filled it out, and that was it. And in fact, they have an English support number you can call. So it's really not that big a deal. I mean, come on. You know, it's either working or it's not. If it's not working, is you calling going to make any difference? No. So very simple. Just do that. So you're not going to hear that from anyone. I guarantee it. Cell phone. Now, here's how it works. I'm sure everyone's heard of SoftBank. It's like AT&T back in the U.S. Of course, they have the iPhone, and it's a little bit more expensive to start up with, but the monthly fee is very, very reasonable. It's very cheap. But here's the deal with that. If you do not have a credit card, which is me, you have to buy the phone up front, and that's anywhere from, at the low end, $200 US or 20,000 yen, all the way up to 70,000 yen. Now, you know, I brought some money with me, but not enough to be throwing $700 on a phone right away. And many of you will come right out of university with nothing more than the clothes on your back, you know. So be prepared for that. But if you have a credit card, you just give them your credit card, and they actually, I don't even think they hold any money. They charge your first bill onto it, and then the rest of the bills come out of your Japanese bank account. But they just, basically, a lot of foreigners have come and bought cool-ass Japanese phones and then bailed. So this is their precautionary measures. It's understandable. It's just very frustrating. What else? The other companies like AU, KDDI, Kitty, they, I think, are a little bit cheaper up front, but a little bit more expensive each month. So you'll have all these choices to make, and basically you need to just choose the carrier that everyone around you has, because it's usually very cheap or free to call other users in the same network, but other networks, very expensive, and landlines, expensive. Also, just a few more little things that'll just get you. After 9 p.m., no matter what phone service you have, it is ridiculously expensive. It's something like 20 cents a minute to call any phone after 9 p.m. So make sure you do all your talking during the day, and at night, once you get the internet, do a little Skyping, chatting, whatever, because that's there, and I don't know why. And it's different rates to call landlines versus cell phones. I don't know what's up with that. Doesn't matter, it's just the way it is. What else? Shopping. I'm a vegetarian, so it's been a little bit of a challenge to sift through the ingredients. I got pretty good at reading labels, and you saw me drinking this iced coffee. I don't really like coffee, but I love caffeine, and this is about the only decent source of it that I found. But you will see, I'll show you, but I don't know if you can read it. Anyway, it's yeah, you can't read it at all. Anyway, it's in German. It's a German word. It's in katakana. It's a German word, natrium, which is Na on our periodic table, which is sodium. So there's salt in coffee. Why? Who knows? My only guess is that it makes you thirsty and you drink more. So there's little weird things like that to worry about. Also, if you are a vegetarian, please be aware that most Japanese people do not consider, well, on a broad spectrum, chicken is not meat, pork is not meat, beef is meat, and that's it. So be very specific about that. And of course, fish is not meat. And also, even if you say no chicken, no pork, no beef, even if it's ground up in its part of the ingredients, they will not say that it's meat. It just once it's ground up, it must turn into like a vegetable, because to them it's not meat, and it's fine. I mean, it's just, you know, not a lot of vegetarians in Japan, so the concept of it is very new, and it's totally cool. But you have to be aware of it. And then shopping in general, you know, if you can't read kanji, it's tough, but you can look at it and see what it is for the most part. And if it looks questionable, then ask someone. You know, ask someone that your supervisor, ask someone that speaks both languages, and, you know, find out exactly what it is. For those of you that don't have any sort of restrictions on your diet, man, just buy it, try it. If you like it, buy it again. And if you don't, throw it away. Also, of course, it's very humid and hot. It's not unbearable or overwhelming. I mean, it's fine. You can easily live with it. Air conditioner is your friend, but honestly, a little fan, which I'm sitting in front of, is fine. Totally fine. Even at night, it's no big deal. As I mentioned, I'm in the city, so every morning at 3:30, in between 3:30 and 4, a motorcycle zooms up, like does some stuff, zooms off, zooms around like a damn bee buzzing around, and it's the paper delivery guy. So there's like things like quirky little things like that you have to just expect. You know, there's no personal space here, really. There's no privacy. Yeah, and then the other thing is, you know, I don't have any bugs, thankfully. I keep my place pretty clean. I have heard of other people that have a problem with cockroaches. But here's a little thing, too, about your food. Because you have to dispose of your food as burnable trash. You know, there's a day for that. And in your sink, my sink is very dirty right now because I just cooked. Anyway, this little thing right here goes in your sink, and you put your scraps. Like if you cook, like the outside of the onion, avocado skin, apple core, things like that, they go into there and they just sit in there, and it's in your sink because really there's no other place to put it. You don't want it on your countertop, and then it'll kind of dry out. And they really want your food products to be dry before you throw them away. It's not going to happen, but if you leave them in there, it keeps them out of the way, and, you know, change that every other day or whenever your trash pickup time is, and it's not an issue. And then, you know, everything else, just sweep up, don't spill food on the ground. Sorry this is so long, but it's been on my mind, you know. I'm sick of not getting specific help, and so hopefully, at least for these subjects, it helps. If there's anything else that you want to know, just leave a comment, and I will do my best to answer it. I mean, like, crazy things that are, you know, you're embarrassed to ask, I don't care, I'll answer it. Bathroom stuff, I don't care, you know. Japanese toilets. Yeah, here's another one real quick about this. So, if you're a guy, you're wearing trousers to work, just take your pants off, hang them up, there's a little hanger on the door, and then do your thing, right? It's just, you're not going to be able to keep them on and balance and all of this stuff. It's just not going to happen. So, take your pants off and do it that way. Women with skirts, you can figure it out. Not that big a deal. Women with pants, take them off. Alright, that's all I have for now.